What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for support. This video is entitled 5 Reasons Traditional Relationships Fail. I'll be on Gab Talk Media at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern tonight. Putting that plug out there if you want to see us. Peace. Now, rule number 1. Reason number 1 is people are non-traditional. You know, people say they want traditional relationships while they're non-traditional. You don't want to carry on your gender role. You know, every gender fluidity, you know, man doesn't want to be the man, the woman doesn't want to be the woman, but you want a traditional relationship. Not gonna work. You want to have a traditional relationship but be into polygamy or polyamory. Not gonna work. You know, you want to be in a traditional relationship but you want to be a swinger or in the threesomes and, you know, bringing multiple people into your household. Not gonna work. You want to have a traditional relationship when it's, you know, a same-sex relationship. That's not traditional. It's not gonna work. You know, that's not a traditional relationship. So rule number 1 why it's failing is because, for one, people are non-traditional trying to get themselves into traditional relationships, which makes absolutely no sense, but it is what it is. Reason number 2, dos. Okay, part 2. People remember those movies. We don't vet people properly. See, you want a traditional relationship, but, you know, chilling, Netflix chill, that's not traditional. You know, there is no courting process. There is no getting to know somebody. There is no relationship etiquette where, you know, you vetting a person. You're like, okay, I'm doing this and this is my role. What are you gonna do? And instead, people want to just hang out and be and live in ambiguity. I'm with you, but I'm not really with you. We together, but we dating. You know, it's a situationship, but not a relationship. And what really winds up happening is this: you want to put a title on a relationship that doesn't have a title, and that's not traditional in the first place. You want a traditional relationship, but you can't put a title on it. It's like those old "it's complicated" posts. It ain't really that complicated. So the part of the vetting also is you're really not digging into that person's past or who they are or what they do or how they get down, or you're really not taking their good quality. You're really not assessing their pros and cons. You just falling in love with an imaginary image of what a relationship could be. So you're really not dealing with that person. You're dealing with a fantasy. So because you really in your own little world and they're in their own little world, you don't know who you're dealing with. And also, people like to have a representative, and a representative is who they start the relationship with. So when they switch up and be who they actually are, that's not who you signed up for. And this bait and switch game is why, you know, you can't have a traditional relationship doing the bait and switch, because basically you're going to hop in and out. Like when people say things like, you know, you have to start the way somebody started a relationship is that they laid the ground rules. And that's how people are going to be treated. You know, you treat it how you kicked it off in the beginning. But the problem with that fallacy is when people do the bait and switch and they're not really who they are, they want the person who was who they were and who was real from day one to be real forever in a day, while they were fake on day one. And when you saw the real them, you're supposed to treat them like they're the fake them. Not gonna happen. Reason number three. Sex. Traditional relationships are failing because of sex. People want to get in a traditional relationship and don't want to have sex with the person that they're with, or they want to have sex with everybody else and want their person to be faithful to them. Not gonna happen. Or they may be addicted to porn or something like that, or strip clubs. So this overabundance and underabundance of sex kills a traditional relationship, because you're getting bored with your partner, or you got into a relationship with them because of sex. The sex was good, so we need to be together. You didn't really, that goes back to the vetting. You don't even know who you're dealing with. You just know the sex you're dealing with. So you committed to the sex, but you didn't commit to the person, because you're having a relationship with the person and not their sex. So this is one of the reasons why traditional relationships are failing, because sex becomes the end-all be-all. And when it's the end-all be-all and it gets old to you, now the relationship is over. Now, number 4, interesting, fickle society. We all, and what I mean fickle, wishy-washy, one day you this, one day you that. And what I mean by fickle is you can't, non-committal. See, your commitment is not based in logic, it's based in feelings. So you're committed on Monday, you're single on Tuesday, you doing you on Wednesday, you committed on Thursday. And Friday, you're hedging your bets to see if you're gonna be in a relationship Saturday and Sunday. Well, because that is not traditional, because a person in a traditional relationship made a choice who they were gonna be with, and that's what it is. They're gonna love them even when they don't like them. They're gonna like them even when they don't love them. Just because your feelings change doesn't mean your commitment changed, because you can fall in love, you could fall out of love, and you could fall back in love with the same doggone person. But this idea that, the minute that you fall out of love, it's over forever and a day, doesn't really end well. So, for number 4 is too much, fickle, wishy-washy, just that type of thing. Number 5. Number 5 is false options. See, what people back do with traditional relationships didn't have in a traditional time was all of these false options. You knew who wanted you, you knew who didn't want you. Everybody talked. There was no internet to play this thirst game, or this I like you but I don't like you game. I like you online but I don't like you in person. So people have false options where, they think they can move. You got a couple of likes, you think people feeling you. People hit you in the DM, you really think they like you like that, because somebody is always on your profile or your page. They like me 8 days in a row, so they gotta be checking for you. No, you're making up these false assumptions because you think you got more options than you do. And then what winds up happening is people feel like they got a million options, and then they decide, I don't have to be in a traditional relationship because everybody wants me. No, everybody online wants everybody online. They don't want everybody offline. That's what it is. See, when it's time to go from the internet to in person, people just pause. They like, wait, what? Wait a minute, what? I gotta like you for real? Because the false options give you hope that you never have to work, but everybody wants you. And in traditional relationships, you're gonna have to put in some effort. Internet options really aren't that much effort. So these are my 5 reasons. Make your own, add whatever, subtract whatever. I don't care. Like, share, and subscribe. We out. Have a good one. Peace.